Today's Sales and Scenes takes a slightly unexpected detour all the way to Inside the Actor Studio with Johnny Depp. You guys remember Inside the Actor Studio? Will Ferrell used to do impressions of James Lipton on SNL.
What profession, other than yours, would you like to attempt?
A knife maker.
So, back to the episode. Say what you want about his recent public reputation and the trial.
A mega pint.
Back in the day, Johnny Depp was widely seen as one of Hollywood's boldest and most creative minds. He didn't just play characters, he created them in unique formats, like Edward Scissorhands.
For instance, Edward Scissorhands, the two things that came to me, the two initial images were a baby, a brand new little baby was one, and a dog that I had when I was growing up.
And Jack Sparrow rocked.
The one that I thought would fit the bill was Keith Richards as a kind of the basis for the character.
The sort of connection that I made with, when I was thinking about Captain Jack was the idea that pirates were the rock and roll stars of that era, of the 18th century.
So when he was asked what kind of training shaped his approach, here's what he said.
I would like you to review for us what kind of training have you taken as an actor?
There was a great book called On Method Acting by, was it Dwight Edward Easy, was it? Which was astounding, it was a revelation. But then when I read No Acting Please by a guy named Eric Morris, it put everything in perspective for me,
Do you use that work when you're acting?
Oh yeah, I mean it's kind of like similar to the way I view religion, In religion, you pick and choose the things that work for you, So with the work, I've sort of took things from, Stanislavski, certainly the stuff from Strasberg, from Eric Morris, the great book by Michael Chekhov, To the Actor.
You bet.
I incorporate all of it.
And that's today's sales lesson. Unique actors don't just worship one method, they build their own from the best of each. And great salespeople should do the same. You don't have to be a purist of one method. Study Sandler, Challenger, Chris Voss's Never Split the Difference, Spin Selling, New Sales Simplified, 30 Minutes to P Club. There's a huge list of great content that's going to make sense to you. You should study them all, or as many as possible, and pull tactics that match your voice, your style, and your ICP. Don't just memorize a script, create a playbook. And next time you're building your sales process, in a weird way, think like Johnny Depp.
A mega pint.
Study the greats, mix in what works, and make it your own. And most importantly, build a process that makes sense to you. If it doesn't make sense to you, it's not going to work in the field, I promise. I hope you enjoyed the scene, and happy selling.